I find it bizarre how humans are surrounded by such gorgeous nature, animals, and glorious experiences, yet we decided to make a system where the majority of our time is spent fulfilling someone else's dreams by being their employee. The highlight of a lot of people's day is either sitting on the toilet at lunch to doom scroll or going to bed. Like, think about that. Being unconscious is the highlight of some people's day, bro. How tragic can it get? And I'm not encouraging people to be lazy and to avoid working. And if you find fulfillment in your work, like genuine fulfillment, may God continue to bless you, bro. But the majority of people are just trying to pay bills at this point. We aren't working to live anymore. We're living to work, living to just be a husk of sorrowful existence. And the worst thing to have is no control over your own time. We don't want to be rich for money's sake, although there's a lot of guys that do get caught in that trap of trying to increase their money, increase their net worth, increase the number in their bank accounts and then never using it. But if you're similar to me, we want to be rich so we can be free. We don't want to work for someone else. We don't want it to be up to someone else what time we wake up and what time we go to bed 5 days a week. We want to be building something meaningful, while surrounded by people who built us, who came along for the ride and encouraged us, or just raised us as people in general. And my biggest dream is to pay my parents back somehow. I'm forever in their debt. They're fantastic people. I'm so grateful for how they raised me. And I just want to give back to them some way. Buy them their dream car. For my dad, it would be a Land Rover. Or to just give them a ton of money so they never have to worry about it again. Because nothing motivates me more than that. The day when I can tell my dad he no longer has to work 12-hour shifts and to tell my mum she no longer has to work 2 jobs. I just can't shake the haunting image, and I experienced it this morning, man, of my father coming in at 6:30 a.m. from his shift. He sits at the kitchen table. We greet each other, but he's too exhausted to talk in conversation. I don't bother to ask him how his day at work was. That would just be a completely stupid question to ask. Kind of upsetting, man. But I also just want them to be happy and for me to be happy, for us to be happy. I want the freedom to traverse the world anytime that I want, bring my parents along, enrich my youth with exploration. I want to get the thought of going to New York at 10 a.m. and being on the plane by 4 p.m. I don't want my parents to die never knowing how fruitful life can be. And they're counting on me, man. Like, they may not realize it, but I have to succeed for their sake. And this isn't to say that my life is terrible, that I'm poverty stricken, but growing up in a working class English town does make you yearn for a bit more than the worn out roads of your street and the smell of weed every time you step outside. And you could just call it blinding ambition, but I'd rather be blind chasing my dream than see the grim reality of giving up. Because if I truly give up, then I'll be trapped like this forever. I will be forever stuck with the idea of thinking I could have achieved my dream, I could have had a good shot at it, but I decided to give up halfway. I'll never give my parents the chance to rest until their life is basically over. And that genuinely haunts me every day to think about that. Which is even more reason why I've got to keep going, man. If I stop now, all of this time that I've invested into this channel, into learning, into building myself up as a young man, it's going to be a waste. So giving up was never an option in the first place. This pursuit and reading and my faith in God are the only things keeping me sane right now. If I didn't have these 3 things in my life, there'd be no point living. As crazy as that sounds, bro, it's the only things keeping me going. So by chasing my goals, increasing my knowledge and trusting in the man upstairs, I'm certain that my dream will become a reality. It has to. It's not even a hypothetical, it's going to. And if you can relate to this kind of feeling, please leave a comment down below and tell us what your goals are. Not just for 2026, but just for your life in general and what you're doing to achieve them. How you're going to achieve them. And may we all find happiness and be able to bless those around us with the fruits of our labor. Hope you've enjoyed this video, bro. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. God bless. And as always, you take very good care of yourself.